Well, hello. Welcome back, everybody, to another video. Denny, your boy here. Just another thank you to everybody who subscribed and who's been enjoying watching these videos. It's been fun so far, but still learning, of course, and just enjoying the process so far. Wasn't sure how I would like it when I first started. It's just something I wanted to try, and I decided to keep going. And I think the way I'm feeling now is I want to do this for quite a while. So hope more of you will subscribe and engage with me, and I will do my best to offer as much value as I can to all of you watching. I will need to invest in some more equipment soon. Money's a little tight right now. My other businesses have been a little bit slow for the last couple weeks, but hoping they will pick up. I was told that it might be a good idea to leave a PayPal link or one of those buy me a coffee things. I'm still learning about all these platforms and stuff. I do have PayPal, I've had forever, so maybe I will put it in the description, and if you feel like supporting me, supporting the channel, and helping me maybe invest in some things like a better microphone and whatever else I'll think of. But today anyways, I'd like to just talk a little bit about being alone and living alone long term. I made a video a couple weeks ago about that, dealing with being single long term. And today I just wanted to explore with you and get some feedback and actually ask you, the viewer, if you're a perpetually single person, what you enjoy. What are your favorite activities to do by yourself? What are some things that maybe would be better with a partner? I know, I guess the one thing I could think of is definitely having sex is better with a partner than being alone. That's an obvious one. Hey, you might disagree though. You might think, no, I'm having more fun doing it by myself these days. Some people like to do everything alone. For me, there's a lot I enjoy doing alone. Overall, it's just the solitude and the peace and quiet, and no distractions from other humans for longer periods of time. You know, you get, when you're single and you don't have a lot of friends or family around, you can definitely spend your evening hours in a fairly quiet environment, just enjoying the things you enjoy. So I think a lot of the stuff I enjoy doing alone, like travel, for example, and I mentioned in my credit card debt video about how I've traveled alone like 90% of my travel time, and I've been all over the world. So that might be just a consequence of starting alone. Like my first few trips were solo, so that's what you get accustomed to, and then to change that and now all of a sudden travel with a person, it's you're just not accustomed to it, so maybe it's not as comforting or as relaxing, and it's a little bit of a different challenge, because you know, you travel with someone, you can't do necessarily what you want 100% of the time. There's some give and take. You have to be empathetic to your travel partner's needs, and vice versa. He or she must do the same to you. And there could be some conflict and some uncomfortable moments if you want to go to for a hike or something, and your friend doesn't feel like it and you end up going alone anyways, and then you're separated, and you want to do different things, or he wants to go to this bar, you want to check out this other nightclub, or he doesn't like nightclubs. And that's a whole thing. When you're by yourself, you just do whatever the hell you want. And yeah, that's just from what we get used to, what we learn. Our environment shapes us, and kind of goes the same for being single versus being in relationships. Some people are just accustomed to perpetually being with somebody, living with somebody. I don't know if you know friends or family who they always seem to have somebody, even though they switch partners. Like there's a lot of breakups and a lot of exes, but there's always someone to replace them right away. And you're thinking, how do you get such a replacement so quick? And I think it's just an overwhelming need to have somebody, and a definite strong fear of being alone. I mean, my father, for example, were similar in some ways, but definitely different in the way that I have lived like basically my entire adult life alone. I've never had a partner or a long-term relationship or anybody living with me. My father, for example, like when my parents got divorced, he right away had a girlfriend, and ever since then he's always had somebody. He's never gone more than like 2-3 months without having somebody. It's like he just swings from one branch to another. When the one branch breaks, he grabs another, and he's right away in a relationship. And I don't think he's lived alone in decades. Like he's, maybe 3-4 months is the longest time he's ever not had someone sharing living space, and it's just kind of crazy. Let me just take a drink here, throat's getting dry. So I want to know which camp you're in. If you're one of these, I can never be alone, I hate being alone, I'd rather have someone that I'm semi-attracted to living with me than having nobody. And then you got the other camp like me, which is I'd rather be alone unless it's something really, really special, and find somebody overwhelmingly great that would justify such a big change and a big shift in lifestyle, because I am accustomed to this single lifestyle. And like I said in another video, it would be maybe a shock to the system, and how would I handle it? How would I adapt to a relationship, or would it just kind of happen organically and it would all be fine, and in a few months I wouldn't even notice? I would just learn, just kind of like when you jump into a cold pool of water. It's shocking and freezing and uncomfortable, but only after a few minutes your body adjusts and you feel fine, you feel normal. Maybe same goes for girlfriend relationship. So yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to express, that idea. I don't know if you agree with that or if you've experienced that. It'd be good to know, because if it ever happens to me, I kind of want to know what to expect. And I know it could vary from individual to individual, but just an interesting thing to think about. Now, as far as what I enjoy, and I want to know what you enjoy doing, I really like, actually, since we're on YouTube, I actually like watching YouTube and going down rabbit holes and learning interesting stuff. I watch videos now about like very poor and rundown areas around the world that are dangerous. And you have these investigative type journalists, these independent YouTubers that are going out there into the dangerous areas and exploring and interviewing people. And it's pretty interesting. So I like those type of videos on YouTube. And of course I like watching my hockey highlights. So that's almost like a nightly thing, some of the NHL scores and happenings around the league. And what else on YouTube? Yeah, I follow like certain commentators, very smart people like Jordan Peterson, or there's this really good podcast by this guy Chris Williamson. You can check him out. Variety of topics. Yeah, podcasts is big. A lot of the comedy ones, like Andrew Schultz, is really good. He's a comedian, but very insightful, intelligent, very articulate, fun podcast. He touches on politics and culture and all that. It's great. Yeah, so other than YouTube, I mentioned movies before. I like a lot of different genres of movies. The only things I don't really watch are like the kids Disney stuff and the maybe the overly artsy stuff. I mean, I used to kind of like that. I was a big David Lynch fan, but he's a little different. He's makes a lot of it's not so always, I wouldn't say so much artsy, but just very intriguing, different, and a completely different vibe of movies. So I've always been a Lynch fan. He's got his signature style, and I've always appreciated that in films. Quentin Tarantino, one of my all-time favorites. Again, very unique, has his own style. I pretty much like all of his movies, even though he makes a lot of different types. Like he made the Western, Django Unchained, and then he's got the crime, drama, comedy ones that are great, like Pulp Fiction. Reservoir Dogs is amazing. So yeah, I like that. And I mentioned before all the gangster movies, Scorsese, Godfather, all that genre. And then of course the cheesy fun action, all the Sly Stallone stuff, and the Schwarzenegger films, all that. And I watch a lot of the old movies on there. I even like some of the campier things that came out of the 80s, like the Chuck Norris and the what's that company that did all the cheesy ones? Canon Films. It's just like over the top action, and I think they did one of the Death Wish movies. I think it was Death Wish 3 or 4. But anyways, I like those films. So films is big with me as far as being alone. And what else? I do enjoy hikes around my area. And I don't know if you know Edmonton, but we have, I guess, the largest urban parks area in the world. From what I read, there's like hundreds of kilometers of biking and hiking trails. So I like to go out there, and it's actually walking distance from my place. So that's always fun to explore in the summer, and it's something I definitely prefer doing by myself, because I can, if I'm tired or want to turn back, or if I want to go for longer, I don't have anybody nagging me that their legs are tired and they want to go home. Hiking is something I like to do for fun. Now, if you're out in the wilderness, out of the city, for safety reasons and for general comfort, it's probably better to have a partner or a friend with you. So yeah, there's that difference there. Yeah, hiking around the city and just hanging out at the park alone with a beverage or a sandwich, or some food that you pick up locally. There's a farmer's market that's on Sundays that's close by. Sometimes I'll go there by myself in the summer, so I enjoy that. And yeah, I don't think of anything else at the moment. And then there's the stuff that's better to do with somebody, like going to a pub or a restaurant. Now, oh, actually, yeah, I was just reminded going to the movie theater. I actually prefer doing that by myself. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just wish there were more movies worth seeing these days. But yeah, within the like from I'd say like 2010 to 2020, I was going probably once a month to the movie theaters by myself, and it was one of the most relaxing and joyous things you could do, especially if the movie was good. So that's actually a big one. I can't believe I didn't think of that. And going to a restaurant sometimes alone is okay. Enjoying a meal by yourself in that environment and atmosphere, and having staff serve you, and that's okay. I don't mind that. But at the same time, some days I feel like it's better to enjoy a meal with somebody at a restaurant, and especially a pub if you're out in more of a upbeat environment, more social. Sitting at a pub alone isn't really, I don't really find that enjoyable unless you're maybe sitting at the bar and you're talking to the bartender, or or the staff or something, but they are there to work, so it's kind of an awkward thing. They always have to leave mid conversation to serve somebody. So although I thought that was fun in the beginning, I started not liking that very much. I felt like I was bothering them, and I felt like they were just having a conversation to be nice when they were there to make some money. Kind of like a stripper, when she is talking to you and you think you've made a friend, but nah, she's not there to be your friend, man. Sorry to break it to you. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, certain things I prefer to not be alone, to have at least one person with me. But all the other stuff I perfectly fine doing alone. And if you're alone and struggling, just know that these things can be enjoyable and can actually be better to do by yourself. If you're newly alone and not used to it yet, just know that there's probably millions of people in your shoes, and everybody learns to enjoy their peace and quiet and solitude. And it's a great thing to be appreciated and not be sad about. And it's important that you realize that, and that you can always try different things and see what you like doing alone, what feels right. And if something's not resonating with you, certain activities, then that that's something you can stop doing and just move on with your life. And like I said before, being alone and single, it's great to stay busy, do things you enjoy. Going to the gym alone, and I used to go swimming, and I like going to the swimming pool by myself. These are also things I don't like having somebody with me, especially at the gym. I don't like the idea of having a partner there at all. I just want to do what I want to do and move on. So yeah, I mean, if you're alone, going to the gym is great. Going swimming, doing any physical things outside, hiking, biking, going to the park, just taking it all in without the distraction of another person there is great. And also try not to be on your phone too much when you're out in nature. You're there to see these things with your own eyes, your own ears. These people with the headphones in all the time on the phone walking through the park, I don't know about that. That's not good in my opinion, not a good sign for where society's heading. But anyways, yeah, this was just another kind of disjointed video. Just had this idea of wanted to ask you what you enjoy doing alone and what my thoughts are on it, what I enjoy, and maybe what's good and what's bad, pluses, minuses. So yeah, nothing too planned or scripted. Just wanted to share these things. But anyways, thanks for watching once again. I will say that the comments have been great, and I appreciate any type of feedback. And I hope you share this channel. Leave a like if you like this content. If you support small YouTubers like myself, definitely keep watching, keep sharing, keep watching the other small channels, and maybe let me know if you know any other good ones that are new and like myself that are just started. And yeah, that's it. I will make more videos, and I will work on some links, and I will look into buying some equipment once I can save up a little bit of cash for that. So God bless you and your families and your loved ones. May they keep you well, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. We will see you on the next one. Peace.